stress-free. And then I get into the show. All right. Get everything situated here. Turn that guy off. 135. What are you doing to me? You're on your way to your 5,000 steps. Keep going. Nope, this is it. I'm done right here. It's the end of my day. All right, here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your host, Travis Holmes.
So I'm going to try something a little different here in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if I told you guys that my wife and I are going to Alaska. But the way we came across our Alaska trip was we were going to remodel our bathroom, and the 5 contractors, no lie, 5 of them, one of them gave us a quote, came back and gave us a quote. 5 of them came out. They all left. I got a quote. And so we're like, well, shit, you know. And there's a whole lot of other things that led to us saying, you know what, we had a budget of $15,000 that we were going to spend on the bathroom to remodel it. You know, rip out the old and put in the new, and new vanity and new, you know, a bigger shower, bigger walk-in shower. I know. How big of a shower do you need? Well, enough to get a family of 4 in there. Of course, save water that way. But some things happened in Florida. My wife and I have a house, our last rental house down there. We had 3 houses at one time, but now we're down to our last one. We sold them all because of the market and stuff was really good at the time. And the last house we're just sitting on because it's in a good location and rent is good down there. But unfortunately, it's been vacant for the last 2 months. The tenant did not re-sign their lease. Been there for 3 years, and so, you know, we're fronting that bill for a little bit. So that kind of dug into our $15,000 that we had saving off to the side for the bathroom remodel. And so my wife goes, well, you know, what are we going to do this year? This is our 10-year anniversary. And she's like, I want to go on a big trip. I said, well, let's go on a big trip. What's stopping us? We're not going to remodel the bathroom. Let's go on a trip. And she found out through her work that she gets some kind of employee bonus, whatever, something. I don't know what it is. So we're going to Alaska, and we're going to Alaska in June. I believe we're going to go. Here's the thing. The trip, you do not want to know. Well, I'll tell you. Let's do it this way. I'll tell you how much the trip is going to cost. For her and I, it's for 10 days. And you cruise up along the whatever park. You go through the National Great whatever pass through. There's 5 ports of call. 10 days for each of us is less than $500. I know. Well, it doesn't include the flight, so we got to fly all the way from Charlotte to either, is it Nova Scotia? Not Nova Scotia, Vancouver or Seattle. One of the two up there. And the price difference is not that much. So we're going to do it. We're going to do that and spend our bathroom remodel money on going to Alaska. It should be fun. But here's the thing, what I'm doing here. This is what I'm changing up. The reason why I bring all this up. For everyone watching this on the YouTube video, thank you very much. I am going to go through my closet. I have had the same wardrobe for the last 6 years. You know, now and then I'll buy a shirt here and there. This is probably the newest shirt I have if you're watching this on the video. And it's something I picked up at like a feed store. They had a clearance rack. I'm like, yeah, grab me one shirt, that type deal. Now I've got nice button-up shirts that I wear all the time. But for this show, I'm not dressing up for you guys. I don't expect you to dress up for me. But I'm going to go through like my t-shirts and stuff. So if you start seeing from now, I think we're looking at going in around June 20th. So every week until we leave, I'm going to wear one shirt, whether it's stained, whether it's whatever, out of my closet. Well, don't you do that now? Isn't that a normal everyday thing? No, there are probably a good 24 shirts that I don't wear at all in my closet. One, because they're too small. Two, because they're probably too small. And three, there's like stains and shit on them. So until we go to Alaska, I'm going to start weeding through my shirts here on the show. I know that sounds really, cutting edge there. I'm not trying to be cutting edge. I need to go through these things and see if I'm going to wear them or not. So I'm going to do the next, however many weeks that is, wearing a different shit-stained shirt out of my closet. So if you see me on the video here, be patient with me. Now, one thing my wife and I did do this past couple weeks is, since we're not redoing the bathroom, we've had these new, the house came. Wait, let me backtrack a little bit. Oh, I'm always backtracking. So when you buy a house and, someone's living there and they're selling the house and you buy the house and you agree on everything, believe it or not, in the contract, you have to put in that the stupid stuff you wouldn't even think of. All landscaping must stay. Because some people, when they sell the house, will bring, will dig up plants out of their yard and say, no, this is, not part of the contract. You just bought the house. We're taking all the landscape out. You have to put stupid things in there. One of the things that I learned about buying several houses is if there's window treatments, you want those to stay with the house, because you don't want to move into a house and have, bare windows the whole entire time. That's why you see like people like thumbnail or thumbtack sheets up in the windows. But the window treatments that we have we've been in this house for 10 years, are Roman shades. Oh, fancy. Walk-in shower and Roman shades. But they weren't the best. I mean, they would probably cost maybe $60 a window or something like that. They're not the best. They're nice. They're easy. You pull the thing up and they stack up and you can look, hi, neighbor. You drop them back down and you flick them off. But they've gotten so old and so brittle. And if you don't know what a Roman shade is, I don't have time to sit there and explain it to you. You can Google search that. But they are starting to tear. They're starting to get, and plus we have cats now, so the cats will play with the strings and put a little tear in the Roman shade here and a tear on the shade over here. So my wife's like, I'm tired of these. They don't go up and down like they're supposed to. When I drive, onto the property and drive down the driveway to park the car, the front of the house has 8 windows, and every single one of them, the blinds are all sitting, cattywampus, this and that and this and that. And she's like, it just looks like a crackhead home, minus the $1 million whatever over here and the horses and all this. She's like, I'm tired of looking at them. I said, okay, so instead of doing the bathroom, we're going to go on our Alaska trip. What do you want to do? She's like, well, let's get new blinds, new mini blinds. And when you say mini blinds, the 2-inch slat, faux wood, real nice, and put them in the windows. I said, okay, so counting up all the windows, and all right, we have 15 windows. Oh, 16, don't forget about that one. And so we're doing all that. And so we go and we order them, and they come in great. They're perfect. I had to bring 2 of them back, mismeasured, this guy. Brought 2 of them back. They reordered them and got them in. Here's the thing. This is all new. The blinds that they have out now, because they're stringless. There's no, pull string. They've got the wand where you twist them. Sorry, I'm hitting the microphone here. You twist them. They. I know. Why didn't you? Smooth, Trav. Put your hand right in front of the fucking camera. Label to the camera there, dummy. But you turn the wand and they, why didn't you get the electric ones? Because those were $500 a fucking window. That's why I didn't get it. Did you hear? We're going to Alaska. I'm not bringing Alaska to me. So you get the wand, you twist the wand. Here's the thing that I don't get. There's no string to pull them up so where they go, stack them up, and then open, whatever. If you don't know what mini blinds are, you should be banished from this planet. But the ones that we ordered, and almost everything that they had, even in stock or special order or anything like that, are stringless. Oh, they're stringless. They're cordless. They're stringless and cordless. And I'm like, okay, how does that work? How does that? So I'm installing. I'm not paying fucking Toothless Joe to come over and hang out. I can put a screw in a fucking window, all right? I'm not, not a moron when it comes to that. So I install it, put the brackets up, put the balance on the front of it. And I'm like, all right, I'm looking at it. Of course, just like most guys don't read instructions, I'm looking at them like going, well, how do they come down? So I physically looked at the instructions. I'm like, you just pull them down, I guess. So I grab it, both hands like this. You're watching this on the video here. And I pull it and then let it go and it stays. All right, well, how long is this mechanism going to hold up? So I pull it, and it's the full length of the window, and it's perfect. A 72-inch window. We got 72-inch deep blinds or long blinds, and boom, they barely sit on the windowsill. They're nice and tight. Got the little clips on the side. Everything's nice and neat. And then I'm like, okay, well, how do I open the window? I got to bend over every time. And I told my wife this. I said, babe, I understand they're nice and clean looking and stuff, but I opened up the house. Have you ever seen the movie The Others? There's a scene where Nicole Kidman goes, when you leave a room, make sure you shut a door. It's like a ship. We're trying to capture light and move light into different rooms and stuff. It's the same way with me with opening up windows. In the morning, I go through, I open up all the blinds in the house. I open up all the windows if it's a nice day. And then at night, reverse the process. Close all the windows at night, close all the blinds at night, and then we shut the house down. The house gets shut down. I said, how am I supposed to open up these windows? She's like, what do you mean? I said, I don't have a pull string to pull them up, stick my hand in the window because they're double pane windows, double jalis, double pane, double jalis. Both top and bottom slide up and down. Okay, I don't know what the fucking called. I know, Mr. Home Depot here. And then you pull the string and drop the shades to close the blinds back off. I said I got to bend down every time and pull that whole stack up, open the window, and then drop the whole stack again, physically grabbing it and making sure as I'm pulling it down, it's nice and level because it's two pulleys on the top up in the head rail there. These are great. These are nice, babe. She's like, well, how often do you open the blinds? I said every fucking day. Twice. Twice I open them. Well, you'll get used to them. Oh, okay. I'll get used to them. So I installed them. I still have to do the bedroom, but I did the front of the house, the 8 windows in the front of the house, and my wife's working from home today. I go, hey, babe, would you like me to open the window so you can have some, it's a nice day out here in the Charlotte area. Would you like, it's a, breeze, get some breeze? Yeah, that'd be nice. So I don't lift the blinds up. I stick my hands around the blinds, pull the blinds away from the window, and I'm reaching in there to, if you're watching this on the video, I'm pulling the window pane up and sliding it up, and then I go down to the bottom and then kind of go beep, stick my fingers in the next slat, beep, stick my fingers in the next slat, and just kind of inch its way. She's like, what are you doing? Babe, I don't have a string. I'm not going to sit here and lift this whole entire blind, bend over now to restack the blinds up, open the window, and then I said, the strings are not, I need strings. So, I know. First world problems, right? First world problems. When we come back, we'll take a little break. I saw this couple that got new tattoos, and you're like, oh, that's great for them. But I want to get into their story a little bit. I was like, I don't understand why these, quote unquote, these type people get the tattoos that they do. So stick around. I'll be right back. I was wrapping up installing the blinds the other day, and probably wrapped up. What screen am I on? Here we go. I probably wrapped up about 4 o'clock, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm making dinner for myself. My wife's not working, or she's out at her main job at the main hub that she works out of. So it's just me and my dad. And I'm sitting there, and I'm starting dinner and stuff, and my dad, clueless Joe. I mean, when you talk about Joe Biden, take that and transfer it to my dad. He just doesn't make sense sometimes. And he comes out and he's, looking around the kitchen, and I'm like, what's wrong, Dad? What's wrong? I don't ask him how he's doing or anything. I never do, because if I ask, it's you don't want to get down in that well. Comes out and he kind of just stands there. Dad, what's wrong? What do you need? Well, Nothing. No, Dad, you came out here for a reason. What's wrong? Well, I can't remember if I took my afternoon pills or not. Great. Great. Well, don't you have an alarm? Uh-huh. Don't you have like a Monday through Sunday box? Uh-huh. Well, is it empty? Well, they didn't fill it up yet this week. Oh, okay. Well, is it anything that I need to worry about if you take them twice? Well, I took them. I said, but you don't remember if you took them the first time? So you said, what the hell? Let's roll with it. I'll take them again. Well, yeah. I said, all right, Dad, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? Well, I'll fall asleep. You know, it makes me drowsy. I said, is this a sleep I have to worry about? Like, am I going to go in there and shake you and like, call the paramedics, clear, bzz, clear, bzz. No, I might be peeing a little bit more and I'll fall asleep. I said, well, do me a favor. Do one before the other, all right? Don't fall asleep and then end up peeing yourself because I'm sorry, Dad. I'm not cleaning you up. I'm not cleaning you up. I'll be all right. Yeah, just drink some more beer, Dad. Have another one, right? I already had my limit for the day. My dad usually has about 3 in the afternoon and then takes a 2 o'clock nap. And then that's when he wakes up and forgets if he's taking his pills or not. So many years ago, my best friend growing up, I say best friend, he was an ass. He was just, by proxy, he was my friend. He got addicted to heroin, and long story short, he tried to get better to save face with his family. He didn't want to. He didn't want to get better. Ended up doing a lot of people wrong and, quote unquote, hung himself in his garage. I think he owed some people some money, and they basically just took him out. But that's neither here nor there. But he lived with me in one of the houses the first house that I bought. I let him roommate with me for a while. He needed a place to stay, and tried to take care of him and stuff. Not that he was like strung out or anything. He was like a functioning addict. And unfortunately, I told his mom that these stories don't end well. These stories, you might as well just go ahead and plan his funeral, plan something, because this is not going to end well. No, don't say that, Travis. Don't say that. Well, I'm sorry. And then ended up, quote unquote, hanging himself. And it's weird not to get into his story, but he was a very vain person. And for him to take his life just didn't make sense to us. But we just kind of go, hey, you know what? He's gone. We don't have to deal with his, skeevery, thieving anymore. He was a great guy. But, give with one hand and steal with the other. And he had 2 kids. He was married and all that stuff. It's real sad. 3 kids, actually. Forgot about the other one, the last one that came out. But there's a couple on Facebook that I see them. The 2 of them together were addicts, and I see them like, hey, 50 days sober, 20 days sober, 20 weeks sober, 4 months sober. And the number gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the time frame gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I've been following them for at least 5 years. But then they start doing weird stuff. And I don't know if it's because your mind has been rewired because you were your chemical imbalance was way over here and now it's way over here. And you just do weird things or you think you're doing good, but you're doing weird things, but they're doing great. They're, I think she's having a baby now, which is great. They're married. They deserve a baby. They deserve, the love that they have for both of them getting and being clean. She's pregnant now, which is great for them. But then I see, and they're not the richest people in the world, because when you're an addict, I'm sure there's a lot of baggage that goes with it, whether you've been arrested, you've got charges, felony, court, probation, parole, not parole, but probation for the most part. And you can't get certain jobs. You have to your income level is basically affected based on these choices that you made and you got caught doing. And, the ball keeps rolling down the hill, gathering, no moss. So I see the struggle between the 2 of them. I see them taking pictures of each other, and they're always in each other's arms. I love my baby. I love my, this is my baby. This is my life, 3 years sober, 4 years sober, whatever it is. And then the other day I saw a picture of them on Facebook and I just kind of went, is this the right time to do this? Is this something that you, with everything in that's weighing in the balance as far as like having a kid and trying to, you know, not necessarily plan for the future, but you've got to plan for the future. I see that the boyfriend, husband, I forget if they're married or not. That's how much I pay attention to them. But no, I forget if they're married or not. I think they're married. He goes, look at my new tattoo. And you think tattoo like maybe a little about size of a, you know, a coaster, beer coaster, drink coaster. Why did I say beer? I don't know. Like a little coaster just to, you know, commemorate something. And what does a tattoo go for? You know, just black and white ink or whatever. What is that? $300-400 maybe? I don't know. I don't have any tattoos. I'm not that stupid. Well, I can't think of anything I want to have permanently on my body. That's the only reason why I don't have tattoos. Now, granted, he's got tattoos and she's got tattoos. She's one of those rockabilly chicks that, you know, one leg up by the buttocks and all the way down to the knee is like tattooed. Ah, look how cute I am. And then you get addicted to drugs and then, can I show you my tattoo? And he's got just random tattoos on his neck, on his, you know, arms and stuff. And these are two white people, just to give you an idea, so you can get an image in your head. And he shows on Facebook the other day, and his whole entire forearm, from the top, if you're watching this on YouTube video here, this is 50, from the top all the way around to the underbelly, that nice tender underbelly of your arm, he's got a rep, like half a sleeve there. And I kind of went, now, I know that is not cheap. And it was done, completely done, not full color, maybe that black color with a little bit of, you know, other shadings and maybe a little greens and a little blue. It wasn't like a full, like a parrot, you know, how a parrot would be nice and colorful. This was just some kind of symbol or something and kind of wrapped in and had a little bit of color in it. And I just mentioned, I said, you know, hey, do you think that's the best thing to do right now in your condition, living in like a one-bedroom apartment? Both of you are barely working a job, making ends meet, and you got a child coming into this. Is this the best decision that you should be making right now? You know, let's say it was $1,000. I can think of a million things to spend $1,000 on. I can think of $1,001 item things I want to buy. But, and it's when you post stuff on Facebook, people read it in the mindset that you're always against them. And I just kind of, you know, hey, it looks good, but, you know, that, you know, what do you fucking know? And all that, you know, all of a sudden, you know, the ghetto comes out of them. And I'm like, no, everything's cool. And I explain the whole story about, you know, my best friend, whatever, by proxy or whatever, you know, he did the same thing and, you know, lost his life and stuff. I just want to understand your train of thought. I said, I've been following you guys for about 5 or 6 years or whatever the case may be. And I've seen, you know, your progression and you guys are doing good and you look well, you know, your congratulations on the baby and stuff. And then their response was, you know, when you don't have much in life, and this is, I think, her, because I was responding to him and then the wife jumped in because, you know, they're one of those duo Facebook page things. She pops in and she's like, you know, when you don't have much in life and you don't have a lot of items, anything, property, anything that you can, hold on, I know I'm rubbing my nose here. Hold on, I was doing cocaine earlier. You want to have something that's yours that no one can ever take that away from you. Okay, first of all, you're having a baby, so technically they can't, quote unquote, take it away from you. And then we want something to represent something that's going on in our lives that we can show and express and share. We don't value physical things. We value more emotional things. When she said that, I said, I completely understand. I am sorry. I am sorry. I've enjoyed watching your journey. Keep up the good work. You know, I don't want to say thoughts and prayers. It's fucking stupid. But, you know, I'm watching. Someone is watching what you're doing and rooting for you is essentially what I was saying to him. And she's like, thank you very much. It's been a long, hard battle and struggle back and forth. Good luck. Name the baby after me. No, don't name the baby after me. But I mean, it was that kind of conversation where they were immediately ready to go. Arr! And I was like going, no, wait. I just want to understand. I get that a lot from people. When I post stuff on Facebook, they're like going, oh, this radio guy, this asshole, he wants to just, be shock jock. He wants to be whatever. No. The questions that I have, a lot of people, I don't sit there and want to sit there and there's a fly in here. I don't want to sit there and, bend with the fold. I want to know, make sure that I just want to make sure I understand your decision, because I like that. I like that social experiment as far as, what do people do and what do people think? And that's kind of where this show started to be. This is 50. What are we thinking about? What are we doing? And I know I've said this a million times. I'm an asshole. I'm perceived as an asshole. But if you get to know me and stuff, you'll learn that, and we've been doing the show just for over a year now. This is starting year 2. And, I just want people to change that little bit of thought in their head as far as, what's going on. Hold on. Let me get off this box. It's too high for me. I'm going to take a little break. There's something I'm pissed off about iHeartRadio, which is where you can listen to This Is 50, by the way. They've changed something, and it's so stupid, but my life is simple. Really? Is it? Is it really, Trav? Is it that simple? But this one little thing, I was so pissed off the other day, and I was ready to throw my phone across the fucking field. So stick around. I'll dive into that story when we come back. So we as a family, my wife and I, that's it. It's just the two of us. We live on, 20 some odd acres. I'm going to get this fly. He's going to be pissed. There's a little fly flying around. Ooh, I think I smacked him off the ceiling. 40, love. We were getting our garden ready. And when my wife and I are working outside, and it's nice for us to be together. I don't get to see her too often during the week. Now that she's working out of the big hub 3 days a week, and then she's working here at the house, Monday and Friday. Well, don't you see her, Monday, Friday? I see her in the room. I don't get to talk to her. She's busy. So I run around and do all my stuff. But on the weekends, we like to spend time together. And one of the things that we started doing was getting our garden ready. And I'm a big iHeartRadio. They pay the bills here at the studio. And something that they've done recently, which I do not understand, is if you download the iHeartRadio app on your phone, listen up iHeartRadio, and you let it play through the app, it shows up on your phone. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's find the right show. Here we go. So let's say, I'm going to turn the volume down. I know. Thank you. Heard that show's good. If you leave it like this, make sure you can see it on the video. If you leave it like this, they start running ads on your thumbnail. So the phone stays on. Backlit, everything stays on. Normally your phone would go black and then, see right there. See? So this is something new that iHeartRadio is putting on the app. And you're like going, well, why are you pissed off about that? Well, first of all, I'm only getting, I think, 0.27% of each ad that comes on here, which is fine by me. I mean, that, like I said, it pays the bills. But if you look, how long I've been talking, my phone has not gone into sleep mode. So it fucking kills my goddamn battery. Now, this is my brand new phone, Samsung, whatever, 25 and a half. I don't know what this is that my wife got, but there you go. So iHeartRadio, listen up. You're killing my batteries. You're killing my phone. If you want me to keep it on there, I physically have to close out of the phone, make it go to sleep mode while the music or the show is still playing. So I just threw that out there. I was like going, If you've experienced that, I don't know if Spotify does anything like that. If it stays on, this thing kills me. If it stays on while you're listening to it, I know YouTube does, and then they want you to sign up for the red. And that way you can turn the phone off and still hear like YouTube music. A lot of times I'll do like a whole album. Like I want to listen to like an AC/DC Back in Black album. You put it on your, on your phone. It's got the whole album, and like 30 seconds into the song, your screen goes black and the music stops. Well, you want to listen to it, continuously, then you have to sign up. But iHeartRadio, it stays on all the time. It kind of pisses me off. My neighbors, not that I don't get along with them, they're a different breed of people. They believe in God. There's strike one, right? They make their own breads. They make their own pasta. They make their own food. They have a garden outside. They don't drink. They don't smoke. Well, what do they do? He's a pilot. I've said this a million times. And, they have now they have 6 kids altogether. I think 3 of them have now gotten to the age where they've moved out over the last 8 years that they've lived next door. But in the process of that 8 years, they've learned who I am. Whether they agree with me, don't agree with me, or they think I'm that soul that needs to be saved. They keep working on me. But just recently, I don't know if I've done anything. Probably not. I don't know. Sometimes. Did I talk to my neighbor yesterday? Oh, I did. Oh, I said that one of those mornings. You're like going, what did I say like yesterday? Oh, Jesus Christ. Was I talking to him? But now when they're walking around on the property, because they've got a garden, but it's on the opposite side of their house, contradictory to ours. And they're out there working and stuff, but they have to come over to their, I don't know. Anyways, they're out walking around. I've noticed in the last year, they have tried not to make eye contact with me. The littlest one, the little leaf Nazi, don't blow your leaves on my yard. He's the only one that really talks to me. The next one up, Micah, used to talk to me, doesn't talk to me anymore. I think he got the talk. When Mr. Holmes is outside, you stay away from him, okay? Especially if he's got one of those adult sodas in his hands. Not that I do anything. It's just kind of, I don't know. They're very judgy, like me. So the other day, I'm out there mowing the front of the house, and the house itself sits on 1.5 acres, not including all the horse and farm and barn stuff, but the house itself is our home. So we have a nice landscape. We have, it still needs to be mowed and hedge trimmed, just like anyone who owns a house. You have to maintain your property. So I've got like a 54-inch zero-turn mower. So I put my sunglasses on, got my headphones on, got my headband on. I got my gloves on, and I'm sitting there, zing, turn, zing, turn, back and forth, making the nice Carolina lines. And I see the neighbors, and it's usually her and the 2 youngest ones, working in the garden or something like that. And most of the times they don't wave to me. I try to make eye contact, like a wave, like a hi, or, what up, that type deal. I gave up. I've given up on them. This year I've given up on just making any kind of eye contact with them. So the one time that they actually made eye contact with me, when I say they, the mom, the judgy mom. No, everything's fine. Kids, go inside. Don't, don't come out here while we're talking. Anyways, she's walking up and down the driveway with a pitchfork or, I don't know, shovel or something. They're working in the garden. And I'm driving. You can see I'm on the video. I'm driving on my lawnmower. Well, guys, ladies as well, you want to pay attention. When you're out there and you're mowing and you're sitting down for any length of time, there's something that men do. It's called the pinch and twist. The pinch and twist is because of sitting. Women always say, how do you do anything with that thing in between your legs? Especially lesbians say that. When you sit too long, you can't scratch. Okay? You can't physically scratch. So you do something, and I'm showing you on the video here. You You find where the itch is. This is getting really dramatic. You find where the itch is. You pinch it. And you do this little twist. Pinch and twist. So I'm not paying any attention. I'm, with a lawnmower, do a turn, 180, another stripe, another stripe. And I'm heading, my stripes are going towards their house and away from the house, and toward their house and away from their house. She pops her head up on the driveway and does one of these, "Hey, neighbor," just as I take my hand and shove it right in my crotch. I mean, literally like baseball, Lenny Dystrick. Lenny, what's his name? Dystrick? Yeah, Lenny Dykstra. And stick it right in my crotch, and I'm going at it. Oh, God, these fucking shorts. And then I go, with the same hand, "Oh, hey." She kind of went, hand came down real quick, and kind of did this like almost a little Adolf Hitler, like, "Hey." Like Hitler used to do the salute. He used to just go, "Hey, I." Hey, Hitler. And she walks off, and I go, God damn it. I'm not going to talk to him for another 3 months. Not going to talk to him unless they need something. "Can I borrow your tractor?" "Yeah, sure, no problem." I'm like, I wonder what their dinner conversation is about me. Because I don't want to say I'm a weird source. I'm a little different, as you guys have known over the last year and stuff. My ideology and the way I think and what I talk about and everything that goes on, I just kind of look at it with, this type perception. And, at the beginning of the show, Shane goes, I do not want to live in your head. He goes, I have no idea what's ever going to come out of your mouth. And unfortunately, I was sitting there, and she came out, and I did the pinch and twist, and she was like, "Oh, shit." Huh? She didn't say shit. Oh, curses. She's like a female Ned Flanders. Howdy ho. But I was like, I stopped, and I go, "Oh, man, that was not a good point. That's not a point on my side of the good neighbor friend discussion thing." I know. Well, I have... someone put a bad juju on me, and I normally don't get upset about this, but someone put a bad juju on me, and I was like, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to come true, and I'll dive into that when we come back. So stick around. I'll be right back. I was talking about earlier about changing my shirt. It's not going to stop once we go to Alaska. No, I'm going to do this whole entire season. I say season, this whole entire year with a different shirt, whether good or bad, out of my closet. So I might sell them on OnlyFans. So if you're interested on that, I'll put the list up over on Facebook. You can follow us over on Facebook too. This is 50. This is 50 show over on Facebook. So we appreciate you guys over there. And so living out here in the town of Marshville, which is where we're at, actually. It's a small little town. It's a very, very rural town. We have 22 some odd acres here. And neighbor next door, I think he's got 15 or 16. I forgot. He bought a parcel in the back because they're getting ready to build a bunch of neighborhoods and stuff behind us. So we got a big buffer between us as far as, building on top of us, but land is scarce. But living out here in Marshville, population 2,500 people in a 2.5 mile square radius. We don't have street lights. We don't have our wires. Most of our wires are underground, like the power lines and stuff like that. For the most part, going from the power pole to the house are all underground. Down the highway, the 2-lane highway, that's 65 miles an hour in front of the house. They're all up in the air and stuff, and we can always tell when if it's a bad rainstorm or something like that, someone's Scooby-Doo boop and Sonny Bono themselves around a pole, 2-3 miles down the road, and knocks out the whole entire fucking grid. And when you lose power and you're out in the middle of nowhere and you do not have any kind of outside source lights city lights or anything like that. It is fucking dark. This studio that I broadcast out of, there's no windows or anything up here. We've lost power. It's one of those, you can't see your hand in front of your face type deal. I said, the other day, the reason why I bring this up is the other day, we lost power. I was in the middle of doing or editing and stuff. Lost power, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't see anything. Like, I've got my mixing board, I'm like smacking the table, I'm like looking for my phone, because then I can fire at the phone. Now, if I was listening to iHeart Radio with the stupid fucking app that stays on, I would have had all the light in the world. But I wasn't listening to that because I was working. So I'm looking for my phone to turn on the screen so I can have some kind of flashlight, some kind of light, so I don't fall down the fucking stairs leaving the studio here. So I said, that's it. It happened the other day. I said, fuck it. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to get, they come in at like a 6-pack, and they're no bigger than actually, let me go grab it real quick so you guys can see it. Because it might help someone out there. Hey, that's a good idea type deal. So what I bought was a 6-pack of these guys right here. And it's weird. It's got a retractable plug. So you plug it into the wall, and this is a little red light comes on. Lets you know that it's plugged in. As soon as you lose power, and this thing does not have power to it, the light turns on. Boom. Emergency lights, right? I think a 6-pack was like $54. And then and this is the light. The camera lenses are all going crazy and stuff. So there's the light, which is nice. And then, of course, it has a flashlight. So you can go find it and walk around and stuff. So I bought a 6-pack of these. I got to remember to go put it back over there so I could see if we lose power. I bought a 6-pack, and I put one in every room of the house. One in the bedroom, one in the main hallway, one in the kitchen. Gave my dad one. Jesus Christ. He thought I handed him $1 million. What is this for? Dad, it's a light for your room. Huh? I'm telling you, Joe Biden. Dad, when the power goes off, you ever been in your room in this house when the power goes off? Yeah, it's really dark. Okay, Dad. Stick this in somewhere because it'll turn on when the power goes off. Well, that's ingenious. I know it is, Dad. He's looking at it. He's like, how does it plug in? And I had to show them the whole retractable thing here. There you go. So you plug it in the wall and boom. He was just like amazed. I was like, bread comes sliced? Yes, Dad. Bread does come sliced. That's amazing. I don't know how he made it this far in life. I honestly don't. I honestly do not know how he made it this far in life. He was a I don't know what he was. What did he do for a living? He was a skip chaser. He was a loan shark. He was a bunch of things. I don't know how he managed to make it through life. Anyways, I do, outside of this show here, this is 50. There's several other shows, more serious shows that I do. Serious topics and stuff. I do a weekly entertainment report. Well, I say entertainment, social news report type deal, stuff that's going on there. Lightheartedly, and then I do an educational show. And if you're watching this on the video, those are all the different shows that I do behind me. There's one show that's not up there because it's not safe for work. And it's called Bad Calls. And you can find it on iHeart Radio. Bad Calls. We get the last word in. And the way my phone is set up, I record, the telemarketer calls, and I try to see how long I can keep them on the phone until they just basically cuss me out. And there's numerous. I think there's 100, if not 200 some odd episodes up there. Some are short, some are like 45 seconds, some are like a minute and a half. The good ones are the long ones. And so I put that up. I edit them down. I do it. Well, I work with an affiliate. I don't want to get into the details of how I make money doing that. But so those calls I put on there, it's called Bad Calls. This last one I just got, I think it was yesterday, day before, I felt uncomfortable because she was playing, I don't want to say playing me, but I've never had anyone wish this on me. Now, as you guys know, I go to the doctor regularly. I got all my numbers back. Everything's good. I pulled out the Cologuard thing. I'm still working with the Cologuard. I haven't done that yet. Everyone's like going, "Where's your Cologuard?" Oh, here's my blood thumb update. There's your update on that. But there's times where I'll be laying in bed and I'll have heart flutter and I'm like, "Oh my God, is this it? Is this it, Elizabeth? Am I dying?" And that's always in the back of my mind. Every day I'm like going, is that normal? Is this normal? I don't know. Everyone gets that paranoid when you get to a certain age and you're wondering if this is it. Is this what takes me down? So that's been playing in the back of my head since I got the Cologuard thing, which, a couple months ago or whatever. This woman here, I was getting into it with her. And I'm never, well, I don't want to say I'm never rude. When they get rude, I get rude. And I'm going to play this, a small segment. Now, come to find out, she's from the Philippines. And she was trying to, I forget what she's trying to tell me. We'll dive into, you'll hear the audio here in a little bit. But she kind of spooked me out a little bit. And I was like going, this is the type of, there was a movie. I know I'm bouncing all over the place. There's a movie, there's a book too. There was a movie called Thinner by Stephen King. Book was good, movie was all right. Essentially what happened was this gypsy woman was being arrested because she was practicing gypsyism or something. And she looks at, if you're watching this on the camera here on YouTube, she looks at the guy who arrested him and goes, "Thinner." And that was it. That's all she said. Guy was like, whatever. And then over the next months, 2 months, whatever, he started losing this weight because she put the bad juju on him. So this Filipino woman, normally I'm dealing with like Indians and stuff. This woman was from the Philippines. And, well, I'll just go ahead and dive into the audio here. Takes place in the middle of the audio. I forget what she's telling me and stuff. I'll have the full conversation over on the Facebook page. This is 50 Facebook, or This is 50 show over on Facebook. So if you want to hear the whole thing, make sure you like and subscribe over there as well. So here we go. This is halfway through the conversation. So here we go.
Talking to me, like talking to Indian people.
That's me, by the way. I'm doing this voice like here. I get it from South Park. Oh my God. Oh, like an old Jewish guy. So that's my voice there.
You don't like talking to Indian people?
I'm not really sure.
You're not really sure? Have you ever met an Indian person?
There's a lot of here in the Philippines. They've been calling.
I don't know what you're saying. What are you mumbling there? Is that some kind of gibberish? In your language, gibberish? I don't understand what you're saying.
I think that as the video plays on, I thought she was putting a hex on me. Listen.
No, it's a Filipino language.
You're Filipino? Didn't we drop a bomb on you?
What's that?
Didn't we drop a bomb on the Philippine Islands? Wasn't that Hoffendugen? Wasn't that what the movie was about?
What do you mean, sir?
Am I not talking English? Do they speak English in Filipinoville?
I'm not really sure.
You don't know if they speak English in Filipinoville?
Where was that?
Where you're from, Filipinoville.
Ville? Which Ville, sir?
What? Which offer?
What? What do you mean?
You're confusing me, Filipino man. You're not making any sense.
Are you?
Am I what?
Are you what?
Is this what are you, a fucking parrot?
I'm not really sure about what you're currently saying, sir, since I think your life is so miserable that your mother.
No, don't. Yeah, don't. I'm the one who gets the $2 million. I'm the one with the $2 million. That's why you're so upset at yourself. I wish you had another bomb to drop on your Filipinoville.
I hope you will die soon.
I hope I do too, so I don't have to listen to you. Jesus Christ.
So, I'll break this down a little bit for you. She says that I'm entitled to some kind of money or something like that. And I said, well, how much is it? Tell me whatever that's going on. How much is it? And then she wouldn't answer me. So I was like, all right, Filipinos, Japanese, Oppenheimer movie. So I'm not that I cross the line. I don't give a shit. This person doesn't know me. But so I said, about dropping another bomb. And then this is what she says. So here she goes.
But your husband loves you. And your girlfriend loves you too.
That's so fucking.
Now I've gotten under your skin because you're cussing now. Can I speak to your supervisor right now? Right now, give me your supervisor. You malignant tumor, you. Give me your supervisor now. You don't even have a supervisor. You're doing this out of the back of your Hyundai. You're not even listening to me. You are not even listening to me. That's what's wrong with you people. That's why we drop bombs on you. You don't listen.
I don't really care if you will drop a bomb.
You are the epitome of ignorant. No wonder you guys are stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Losing you. You're not making any sense. You're just rambling.
Okay, I don't care. You will die, okay? You will die, including your family.
I don't have a family. It's just me, stupid. Look on your records.
No, I don't care. You will die. That's what I can see in your future. Okay?
Well, we're all going to die. Duh. You're going to die, too. You're a fucking genius.
You will die. You will die first.
Oh, I will die first. You will die second. It's a race to being dead. First one there loses.
Okay? Fuck you.
So she's like, you will die. Your family will die. You will die. All this other stuff. Die, 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 die. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like going, oh, great. Did I wake up the demon? Did I wake up the one person that can actually go thinner or you will die? From the Philippines, they sacrifice things over there in the Philippines. I know my neighbor next door are from the Hawaiian Islands and Philippines and all that. I know they eat goat. I know they do. They're great people over there. I don't think they would put the bad juju on me. But I had this conversation with her, and then when she started saying, you will die, you and your family will die, I hung up, and I was like going, okay, everybody all right? We're good? Oh, man. Maybe, did I tip the wrong scale? Did I rattle the wrong cage? So, I don't know. I kind of thought about it. I was like going, oh, wouldn't this be great? I was like going, I have to get this on record. I have to put this down on This Is 50 because if something happens to me, there's proof right there that it wasn't just supernatural, or it wasn't just what they call natural causes. It was supernatural causes that actually took me out. All right, guys. I'm going to hopefully survive the next couple hours or so while I edit this and get it out to you. Make sure you like us over there on Facebook, and make sure you follow us on YouTube. Since this fly. Okay. See you. Bye.